Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right. Hello, and welcome live to Montana's Rib and Chop House. Another sterling crowd. This is actually our biggest crowd, not only of this year, but at least the 3 years I have been doing this show. So give yourselves a round of applause. Our biggest crowd in 3 years here at Montana's Rib and Chop House. We've got a lot of great stuff to give away. We've actually got a few extra giveaways for you today as well. So we got a lot going on, and we got a lot of basketball to talk about today. Big game coming up on Thursday at the Brick. We've got a ton of promotions for that, which we'll let you know about, break all of that down. The men are on the road after a 2-0 weekend at home. Yes, a 2-0 weekend at home. Wow, how fun was that? Our player guests today, we are talking to Jed Miller and Marah Dykstra, so excited for those conversations. Of course, we'll talk with head coach Tricia Binford, but first we're talking to men's head coach Matt Logie. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing great. Welcome.
Yes, happy to have you here and get this thing going. We are into the grind of it all. February is here, but back to 500, 5-5 in Big Sky play, heading on the road for a heck of a road trip here, so got to be feeling good after this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend was an important time for us. Obviously, a chance to rise up in the standings. We're kind of in a group of competitors now that are all like jockeying for third place and starting to play some of our best basketball. And boy, it was great to have our Bobcat fans in the Brick this weekend. We really needed it, and everybody stepped up just like they are tonight. They must not have heard Jed Miller was coming tonight, otherwise we might have had a little more tempered crew. But
poor Jed. I think the more he scores and the bigger shots he gets, the more flack he gets from his teammates.
Absolutely. No, the humble pie is his favorite meal. So
maybe they'll put a Jed Miller humble pie on the menu here before it's all said and done, because he does have one more year. Who knows? We'll see. If you go 4 for 4 in your 4 years with 4 titles, then you can get a Jed Miller humble pie at Rib and Chop. All right. Speaking of where those standings are kind of all jumbled up in the middle there like you were talking about, you got Portland State, Idaho, and Montana State all sitting within a game of each other for third place. And then, of course, on the road at Northern Colorado, which is still sitting in first place right now, and Northern Arizona just a game back of that big messy tie right in the middle, which, of course, will all sort itself out. But sticking on that crowd, I mean, 7,000 total, more than 7,000 plus coming through the Brick this week between those two games. And boy, just that sequence in the middle of the second half against Portland State. Jay Mullins took that kind of hit that didn't get called to the baseline. He hits a three. He gets tied up with Minot. It felt like the crowd was that was when things really started rolling, at least in terms of that crowd energy and momentum.
Yeah, no question about it. And, I appreciated the crowd support, and then just tried to quickly channel it into energy for our defense instead of at the officiating. But it's nice to let you guys do that part of the job and just let me focus on the team.
Yeah,
so,
you guys can
job
be
well done.
You can be the outside inner monologue of what you think the coaches would like to say in those moments. But, I mean, it's got to be fun, too. I mean, it's hard. Everybody wants to win. You're getting through this stuff, but it's got to be fun when you've got a crowd like that you can work up, you can feel it, and you get to play off of that. I mean, these are the moments that you really care about, especially at the Division I level.
Well, I think it's a big part of our home court advantage. It's a big part of what we recruit to when we talk about what it means to be a Bobcat and who you're supporting and who's behind you. And then, as you mentioned in that run in the second half, we found a group of guys on the floor that just really embodied that spirit and that toughness and that passion, and they were able to build a lead that we could finish off.
Yeah, well, and there's a reason the Bobcats on the men's side are 8-2 at home right now, and the only two losses, that tight loss against Northern Colorado and an overtime loss against Cal State Northridge. But you kind of mentioned that the crew you had on the floor to close this game out against Portland State, and one of the things we've seen so much this year is so many different combinations of guys on the floor. How are you managing that, and what are some of the things like you're looking at to make those decisions in those crunch time moments?
Well, I think as the year has progressed, we've learned more and more about our personnel, about our team, our players, which guys are strongest in what areas. And, I think we've been able to find a bunch of different groups, depending on the opponent that can be effective. And on Saturday, we needed some rim protection, and Sam Lecolot provided that with 4 blocks.
Yeah, he did.
But we also needed a real connector on offense and some speed in terms of decision-making and being able to play inside and out. And Sam's been able to provide some of that for us on the offensive end. And then, as the season's progressed, Jed has really stepped up time and time again in terms of just his poise, his ability to organize the team, and be an extension of myself out there on the floor. And so, with Jabe playing well as he was off the ball, it was a nice combination there in the backcourt to have 2 ball handlers out there and guys that could keep us organized.
Yeah. You brought in so much talent and so much experience through the transfer portal this year. You've got guys who are here who have talent, who have experience. How much of these changing rotations was a part of your conversation while you were going through the transfer portal recruiting, letting guys know, look, we do have a lot of guys here. We believe you could be a big piece, but at the same time, you got to earn your playing time.
Well, I think the thing we focused on with this roster and the holes that we had to fill was if you're coming to join us at this point in time, understand what you signed up for. This is an opportunity that we have to make history in this conference. We're striving to go to 4 straight NCAA tournaments. It's never been done before. You're signing up to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And so if you're coming here for a promise of X, Y, or Z, this is probably not the place for you. But if you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself and find joy in everyone's success around you, this is the perfect place to be. And so it's taken some time to figure out, how these pieces fit together and which guys are best at which things and which combinations. And I think as coaches, we've had to adjust along the way too. And that's really what this process requires. And it's all about how you finish. So I think we're on the right track.
All right, does feel like we're setting up for a big finish and a big bang as this thing continues forward, but a lot more to get to and a big road trip coming up. All right, we're talking about all of that and more in just a bit, but first we're going to take a break from Montana's Ribbon Chop House. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar at each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, the women are home this weekend. They've got NAU and UNC 7 o'clock and 2 o'clock on Thursday and Saturday. The men at 6 p.m. for both of the games on Thursday and Saturday against the same opponents, but on the road. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head men's coach Matt Logie. And, Coach, I want to talk a little bit about the end of that Portland State game. Did open up that lead, but they made a furious comeback. We did see you guys handle some of that full-court press really well early in the year. Portland State seemed to throw some sand in the wrenches, but just as you look at the end-of-game situations, what are some of the things you want to clean up and really get dialed as we get into February here?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of breaking the pressure in the full court on Saturday night, and then had some unfortunate kind of slip-ups in the front court. Just trying to transition into kind of our late game execution package. But those are all lessons you'd rather learn in a win, and we got to test out all 6 or 7 of our press breaks, so that's always good, valuable experience, and we hope to be playing with leads a lot. So working against that's good, and certainly I think we'll be better. We'll be better next time.
Yeah. Well, and look, we saw a number of close losses at the start of the year, and that's a close win, which is a positive, and that's part of the growth as you get out there and continue to move forward in this thing. Can't let you go at all without talking about Patrick McMahon again. How magnificent was he this weekend? That's 3 straight games with a new career high in points, from 18 to 20 to 21 points. Man, I felt like we were just seeing almost every arrow out of his offensive quiver in this game. He got so crafty throughout this Portland State game in particular.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal the last few weeks, and I think part of it has just been a little alleviation of pressure on himself coming off the bench, and then being able to kind of see the flow of the game, and then some things coaching wise that I think we figured out how to kind of unlock him a little bit and put him in some more black and white advantageous situations, and those are the things you learn about this team. We have a lot of the same core philosophies as last year, but the team's different. There's no Robert Ford, there's no Eddie Turner. There's an effect on your team when the flavor profile changes, and you've got to figure out, okay, what does this recipe entail? How do I unlock all the flavors that we have? And I think we've caught on to something a little bit with Pat, and are hoping to do the same with a couple other guys that I think are capable of more as well.
Yeah, well, and Jay Mullins is a guy we know is capable of a lot, and it looked like he was out hunting his shot early throughout this weekend. Extra intensity on the defensive side, some big plays pumping up the crowd on Saturday. It was fun to see him kind of, turn the page a little bit this weekend.
Yeah, no, I think Jabe's somebody that is a versatile player at 6'6". He can handle the ball. Obviously, we gave him the opportunity to play a lot of point guard early in the year. and now we're allowing him to kind of shift back into maybe more of a natural comfort zone for him as a secondary ball handler and someone that can be the recipient of more catch and shoot opportunities and the creation of guys like Jed Miller and Bryce Zephyr, or the ball going inside out of Brandon Walker's hands. And so I think he's got a lot more meat on that bone. As a player, he's been an effective player, at both Washington State and St. Mary's, and so that those are valuable experiences for us.
All right, well, it's a fun growth to watch, and we're going to see more of that coming up this weekend. So Northern Arizona, 6 o'clock on Thursday night. Going to be a good one. Northern Arizona just lost an absolute thriller last night at Weber State. They were trading big shots down the stretch and ended up losing that game. But they're right there. Game back of what your guys' record is right now. Give us a couple of tips and keys to look out for in this game against the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, Northern Arizona has kind of a two-headed monster, and Trent McLaughlin, who's, if not the leading scorer in the conference, first or second, I think, and just a three-level scorer that can really shoot the three, but has really grown as a guy that can score off the bounce, and they run a lot of actions for him to get him unlocked. And then Carson Tout at the 5 position or power forward, whichever lineup they have him in with, is one of the best rebounders in the country, but also a great passer and somebody that really facilitates offense and keeps them connected. So those guys have a lot of talent, a lot of experience, and we were able to do a really good job on Tout the first time around. He ended up with 17 rebounds, but most of them were defensive rebounds. So we've got to do a really good job on the glass. They're one of the top 50 teams in the country in offensive rebounding percentage.
Yeah, Tout's averaging something like over 13 rebounds a game in his last 6. So he's been a monster. It'll be fun to watch you guys go up to and work against him on Thursday night, Coach. Appreciate the time and the insight today.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we're talking to Jed Miller after this timeout. Back with more of Cat Chat from Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built. Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Bryant, whatever it takes. Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning. Carrier, turn to the experts. Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time. Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces. And NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
At Montana, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
We are back live at Montana's Rib and Chop House for Cat Chat. All right, we got some great player cards, coaches cards up here that are free if you want some of these. They are produced by Executive Services, and for 38 years, Executive Services has been the printing and mailing experts in the Gallatin Valley, a local family-owned business supporting Bobcat athletics. Printing and mailing done right. Find them online at printmailrelax.com. That's printmailrelax.com. Again, we got some great player cards up here for free if you'd like a few. My name is Keaton Gillogly, and we get to say hello now to a familiar name and a familiar face, Jed Miller. Jed, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing pretty good tonight. Thank you, Keaton.
Yeah. Happy to have you here and along. Man, it's been a fun, winding year so far. How you holding up? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I really like where our teams are right now.
Yeah. What was it like just getting through that non-conference schedule and going through some of the valleys to find some momentum now here in February?
It was a tough, super fun non-conference schedule. We got to go to a lot of big schools. A lot of great opportunities for our team, even in the games that weren't really close from the start. But it was a great learning experience for me, for our coaching staff, and for our team.
Yeah, I mean, there were very few that weren't close. Obviously, we could point to like TCU, USC, Power 4 teams that was later in the non-conference. They're kind of fully formed. USC just handed Michigan State their first conference loss like 2 days ago. But, I mean, all of those games were tied against the mid-major opponents. Omaha's tied for first place in the Summit League right now. UC Riverside's competing at the top of their conference. Like, that was a grind, man. Those were a lot of good teams.
Yeah, there was a lot of good teams, and we definitely we know looking back now that we let a lot of games drop, but still got to give credit to our team and our staff for the wins that we were able to get in the non-conference.
Yeah, and now the wins are starting to come now, and more to come, I'm sure, as we keep going. I want to talk to you a little bit about your game, and you mentioned before the Cat Grizz game to your media availability that Rob Ford, now graduated, was a bit of an inspiration for you, and I think we are seeing just a little flavor, a little rebounding, a little Rob Ford flavor in you. But tell me about the inspiration Rob was to you and how much he's impacted your game.
Everyone here knows, like, Rob's toughness was like nobody else. His rebounding was like nobody else, even the 7-footers that you see in college basketball. And just his spirit and the way he was able to lead a team that might not have had the most talent into a successful season. So
Yeah.
it's been a big reminder for me, and I'm actually still in touch with him, as well as Darius Brown and, of course, Xavier Bishop.
Yes, Xavier Bishop now here on the staff as well, and it was cool, man, watching like he kind of grabbed you and Bryce and Jabe at one point coming out of or going to a break this last weekend. You guys were just kind of standing in front of us on press row, and it was just you could really see the moment. I felt like you could see the through line. It's got to be cool to have a guy like Bishop on the staff to work with right now.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and I'm super fortunate to have had 3 really, really talented, 4, even Eddie Turner.
Yep.
4 really talented point guards ahead of me to learn from, even when I'm not on the court with them as much, just to see how they work in practice and what they were able to do in games. And I think I've learned a lot my first 2 years at Montana State, and it's kind of coming to the light now.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, hey man, hitting some big shots, and some of you earned some big bear hugs from Coach Logie as well. That shot you hit late in the second half. What was that like? What was that emotion like? And what was it like just getting mauled by Coach Logie in that moment?
It was a good feeling. It's a great feeling because knowing your coach believes in you, and he actually yelled at me in a timeout a couple minutes before because he didn't feel like they were respecting my scoring ability and my shooting ability. And he basically said, let him have it. And so when that shot went in, I looked right at him, and I saw how happy he was. And then there was a timeout, and he just opened his arms, and I just went up and hugged him.
Yeah, those are the moments, man. What's the energy, what's the juice like when you do hit a shot like that in front of the hometown crowd? I mean, we've seen your emotion. You look like you're about to pop your top off, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really a great feeling. The Brick is an amazing place to play, and the fans are always amazing, especially in crunch time. So hitting big shots, and I've now adopted this boom celebration that gets my team. It gets me going. That's really why I do it, and the fans seem to like it. So
yeah, break it down for us. The boom celebration.
I can't do it right now.
Well, don't do it. Just tell me what do you have to do? Like how would somebody, if a fan wanted to do it, maybe a ball boy wanted to do it,
okay.
like just explain it for them if you can.
Yeah, usually it's a big shot. Usually in a close game.
Yep.
It's a momentum swinger.
Yep.
And you kind of you let all your emotions out. You just yell boom like right in the face of the crowd.
I like it. All right. Shout boom to the rafters next time Jed hits the shot. I can't wait to hear that echoing around the brick next. You mentioned you were still in touch with Rob. How's he doing? Where's he at right now?
He's doing good. He's definitely in a tough spot right now. There's a lot of things that aren't really in his control, but everyone knows Rob. We know his attitude. He's not going to give up just because things aren't going his way right now.
Yep.
So I'm excited for what's to come for him.
Yeah, and Darius Brown still playing some G League stuff, right?
Darius is killing it. I don't know who here has been following him, but he is doing stuff that I don't even think I saw him do at the college level.
Yeah.
So he definitely deserves a spot on an actual NBA team, and I'm hoping that's in the future.
Yeah, he's putting up some numbers right now, so very exciting. He's in the Cleveland org, is that right? Yeah, and the Cavs are doing pretty darn good up at the NBA level too right now. But no, that's cool to follow and cool to watch. Speaking of the rebounding for you as well, have you added some to your vertical at all this year?
I don't think so. My numbers were actually lower this year than they were last year, unfortunately.
Really?
I think that's just genetics for me, but sometimes it's just a mentality thing. When you see a ball in the air, you kind of get these springs and just know you're going to jump higher than the guy next to you.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, it's fun watching you grab that. But the other guy that's fun to watch right now is Patrick McMahon, one of your roommates. Got to be a lot of fun to watch his progression right now and reaching some of his full potential.
Yeah, I'm super happy for Pat right now. A lot of people probably weren't really in touch with him when he was injured last year and even the year before, but he wasn't really sure how much he loved basketball anymore. He wasn't sure if it was something he really wanted to do because it's hard to get hurt 2 years in a row and then pick up kind of where you thought you were going to be in college basketball. So he deserves everything he's getting right now. His work ethic is like nobody else on the team. Yeah, I'm hoping he can continue this because he deserves it.
Yeah. What were some of those conversations you were having like with him like last year or even in the summer as he's getting ready to go and there's some doubt?
Yeah, no, definitely. We talked a lot, but he's a pretty confident player despite his early struggles in the season. He's always been a confident guy. And I would just tell him, you just got to keep your head up. Last year it was hard for him because our team wasn't winning some of these games, and he knew that if he was playing, the results might have been a little different. But he always had a great attitude, and like I said, everything he's getting right now is what he deserves.
Yeah, and he's a soft-spoken guy, although he was a great interview here a couple of weeks ago on Cat Chat. But he does seem to have a little celebratory stuff. He's got a couple in there. He's got a little flex, maybe a couple looks on the face. Have you seen that from him?
Yeah, I have seen that from him. We talk about it after games. We talk about it, but he's got a little more that he's going to let go, I think.
Okay, all right. I get the sense that he's a guy where it's like the emotion just grabs him. He's not so much like planning anything.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's waiting for the right moment to let it out.
All right. Well, more to let out for Pat McMahon. That's good. That's a nice tease for us. I want to go back to a little bit to the Big Sky tournament last year as well. What a ride, what a joy that was for everybody involved. For me, one of the iconic images of your career, for the rest of your career, will be those free throws you hit at the end of Sacramento State. Take us back to that moment, man. That was one of the enduring moments of one of the great runs of what is now, it's a three-peat, so it's a dynasty.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because I checked in the first half for a couple minutes, and when you're on the bench for a little bit after going in, you start to cool down a little.
Yeah.
But I remember a couple games before that I started getting subbed in at the end of game, so I was kind of stretching and getting myself ready just in case it happened. And then I heard my name get called with 15 seconds left.
Yep.
And I was a little rattled, I can't lie. I was the inbounder, and they threw the ball back to me, and luckily I got tripped. And then when I went to the line, after I saw that first one go through, I kind of just knew the second one was going to go in. And there were dudes on Sac State, they always got stuff to say, but you just got to let that stuff go and play with confidence.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I was a head case when I played high school sports, and that was nothing compared to what you were doing. Walk us through your mentality when you're going to the line. You haven't been on the floor a lot. You can feel the weight of the team and the program and the fan base. If you let it can crush you.
Yeah.
But what is that focus? What's your mental game plan in those moments?
I feel like I've always been, or not feel. I believe I've always been a great shooter, and to be a great shooter, you got to be one of the best at the line. So I kind of that confidence has always carried me through my free throw shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. So you just walk up, I'm a good shooter, I'm going to knock this down, and then you do it.
Yeah, basically.
All right, I like it, man. Well, that's fun to watch. It's been fun watching you continue to progress, and it's cool too, like watching you and some of the other guys like Alekalot, McMahon, and Patterson who've been here throughout their career. It's got to feel good to just feel like you're at home. There's a lot of the transfer portal craziness that happens across the country, but it's got to be nice to just feel like you're kind of in the center of that.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially because my first 2 years, I didn't get to be on the court with them a lot, and I was always with them off the court. So now to be on the court, there's just a level of trust that kind of comes with it too. Like being in the lineup with Tyler and Pat and Sam, it's been really nice, and we all appreciate it. We all know what we're playing for, and like our connection off the court kind of helps us on the court.
Yeah, I think too, like as we continue through this transfer portal era and everything, we'll continue to change, but it does seem like one of the strengths or like one of the advantages a team can get is that continuity. I mean, you're in Coach Logie's system for a second year now. I imagine that feels kind of like a superpower when you know the playbook for more than 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, definitely. I know the playbook, and I know what Coach Logie likes. I know the shots he likes, and I feel like that's kind of helped me become a leader for this team, and especially on the offensive end. I just know sometimes I won't even look over him. I'll just call the play because whatever's going on in the game, whatever looks we're getting, I just feel like this play is going to work, and he won't challenge it. Sometimes he does if he thinks I'm wrong, but usually he lets it go.
All right, well, it's fun to watch you out there and doing that thing, man, and looking forward to some more big moments, more big free throws down the stretch.
Yep, thank you, Keaton.
All right, that's Jed Miller. We're taking a break, and when we come back, we're talking some women's basketball. 20-2. We're in the first week of February. That's what we're talking about. When we come back to the Ribbon Chop House, this is Cat Chat presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up,
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
We're back at the Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat, and up next we're going to talk some women's basketball. We're going to be joined by Marah Dykstra, but first, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Cat Chat.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. My name is Keaton Gillogly. We're now changing our attentions to women's basketball. 20 wins, 2 losses, 10-0 in Big Sky play. Yes, yes, yes. And a de facto battle for first place coming up on Thursday night against Northern Arizona, a 7 o'clock tip. We've got a mountain of different giveaways, different ways for you to get in for like $5. It's the après all day. Wear your winter ski gear for a $5 ticket. There's going to be a free raffle at the game for some Bobcat gear as well. And they are unveiling the Big Sky Championship banner for football on Thursday as well. So that'll be a great opportunity to get over there. So a lot of different promotions for what's going to be an awesome game, and somebody we know is going to be playing an awesome in that game is Marah Dykstra. Marah, how we doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you holding up? Deep into the season now?
I mean, can't complain. It's been great so far. So just looking to keep it rolling on Thursday here.
Yeah. Do you feel a difference now here in the first week of February with like the depth and not having to play quite as minutes? I think you're down like 5 minutes a game or something compared to last year.
Yeah, I think last time we talked, I was pretty tired around this time last year. But no, it's been awesome. Just having such a great depth this year has provided so many opportunities for different people to get more minutes and for us to really beat teams down the stretch. So it's been awesome just kind of, relaxing at the end of some of these games and watching our freshmen tear it up. So
yeah, well, when you go on the road to the Pacific Coast and win by a combined 68 points in 2 games, that'll give you a little bit of a rest for sure. Mm-hmm. But tell me about that, like when you are wearing a team down at the end of a ball game. Do you notice that? Like, do you see the other team tugging on their shorts, like breathing a little heavy? Like, are you noticing that?
Yeah, for sure. I think we play a really up-tempo style, and in the first quarter, second quarter, maybe, you don't really see it paying off, but at the end of the third quarter, you can see girls on the other team like, oh, my gosh. Like, these guys are running. We shift change like 5 and 5 sometimes, and, it's great to play like that because you don't have girls ever getting tired. You can just rotate, and there's going to be no drop-off. So it's a really fun style to play and be a part of.
Yeah, your Canadian is showing calling it a shift change. I
like
it. Yeah, hockey is a great sport. I love it.
Yeah.
No, it's fun to watch that, fun to watch what you guys are doing, and fun to see some of these freshmen go to work. Boy, oh boy. I mean, you're somebody who played a bunch your freshman year, but watching like a Chiric and a Harris and all these other players, I mean, it's got to be a lot of fun to watch freshmen step up like this.
Yeah, just unlimited motor, I would say. Like they're like the Energizer Bunny, just like constantly go, 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 and they never stop off the court either. They're amazing people, always have energy and always ready to go do whatever. So it's super fun playing with them just because of what they bring to the team is just so much fire and fight every game. It inspires the rest of us to keep going too.
That's good. The young pups inspiring the old heads to run around.
Yeah, sometimes you need it.
Yeah. Well, especially as you continue to go through this. But it did sound like too. Addison Harris was going to have a bunch of friends, family, team over in Portland. Obviously, Esmeralda Morales from that area, Dylan Phillips from that area. But how was the crowd at Portland State?
Felt like a home game, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, we had so many people there. It was awesome. Just having that much Bobcat Nation over on the West Coast so far from here, it was amazing to see. I had some family come down to the game too, and a lot of blue and gold in the crowd. And I was talking to my grandparents at home. They're like, whenever you guys would score, it was almost louder than Portland State. So just amazing how Bobcat Nation shows out no matter where we go and where we are.
Yeah, well, because you're from Vancouver, right? So it's really just I-5 that you're driving down, right?
Yep, just the I-5 right from the border. So it's only like about 5.5 hours, so not too bad at all.
Yeah, much easier than driving over to Bozeman.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool to see that. And I know we're going to see a big crowd this weekend on Thursday and Saturday. You guys have been road dogs lately, too. You excited to get back home?
It is nice to be home. Travel is exhausting, and a lot of us were sick last week. So just getting some time to get our legs back under us. We all feel great now, which is awesome. Also, playing in front of Bobcat Nation, there's no better place in the conference to play. The people are what make it special here, and we hope that shows on Thursday. So make sure everyone's showing up.
Yes, I know everybody here will be there on Thursday for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a great atmosphere, and excited for what you guys have over there. Last year when we had you on the show, we had spent a lot of time talking about the playing for the Canadian national team, earning that bronze medal. But how was your summer this summer? What did you do this summer?
Well, it was great to be in Bozeman. Super relaxing being here. Ben pushes us super hard in the mornings, but we're done by about 9 a.m., so we can go floating, go, Bozeman Beach. We can go hiking. So it's really fun just building that chemistry with teammates and just hanging out the whole summer. It's really fun to be here.
Yeah, that's great. Any good hikes or areas that you guys floated or anything?
We love floating the Madison. We do that probably once a week as a team. Just hanging out, lounging around there. But honestly, we're big tanners. We'll hang out at Bozeman Beach and just tan for hours, play some beach volleyball. We're also very competitive off the court, which probably wouldn't surprise most people. But a lot of spike ball. Just doing whatever we can to stay active and have fun.
Yeah, who's the most competitive?
I would probably say Taylor. You guys can probably tell that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, sometimes you have to calm her down. You're like, hey, it's summertime. We're just tanning here.
Well, her and Addie, they go at it
really?
like spike ball battles for sure. They will compete. So it's a matter of not getting each other to pull their hair out. So.
And then we talked to Caitlin Martin, formerly Lamardo. So she got married this summer as well. You guys made it out to the wedding.
We sure did. That was awesome.
Yeah,
super beautiful.
Where'd they get married at?
It was a venue in Spokane on a lavender farm. We all drove out there, and it was a wonderful ceremony. There was a nice rainbow at the end of it too, and it was just super beautiful. And we're so happy for her for her starting this next chapter in her life. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, I'm still going through this chapter as well. But it's one of those things. It's funny too. A lot of people watch you guys' games on the road, but everybody mentions it. Well, it's Martin now. She got married, so
but we call her LaMartin.
LaMartin.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Careful, Sally's going to start calling her that on the radio. That's not her name, LaMartin.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. We're excited for what's going on here and what you guys got coming up. Give us a key or a tip or something to look out for against this Northern Arizona team.
I think we're going to use our depth as an advantage. I think we have what not a lot of other teams in the conference have. We have numbers, and we love each other as a team, and I think it really shows. So we're going to play through each other, play with a lot of heart and hustle, and hopefully get a dub for all you guys.
All right. I like it. It's going to be a lot of fun on Thursday. Marah Dykstra, appreciate the time today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. That's Marah Dykstra. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're talking to head coach Tricia Binford. We're at the Ribbon Chop House. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. Getting into our final segment here, talking some women's basketball. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head women's coach Tricia Binford. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing good. We're excited to be back in Bozeman.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, let's just get – I need to get through all of the different promotions we have for Thursday.
Sounds great.
Okay, so if you are faculty or staff, you can get in for free. Also, if you're faculty and staff, you can bring a friend for just $5. So if you're a faculty and staff member, show your CAT card, and then if you bring somebody else, they can get a ticket for $5. Also, we mentioned the Big Sky Football Championship banner unveiling, so we'll have that going. For the students, first 100 students get free Chick-fil-A and popcorn. Yes, so some fried chicken and some popcorn.
My son's been asking for that for the entire year.
Well, there you go. This is your.
They better be the first 100.
This is your opportunity. We know that's the only reason he's going to come. He would have never come to one of your games otherwise. Also, at Pray All Day, wear your ski gear, get a $5 ticket. They've got a free raffle entry. You can have you can win a ski boot bag filled with Bobcat gear plus a $50 gift card. So. That's everything that's going. So, should be a good crowd on Thursday.
Good promotion, and we're excited about a great crowd. And you have no excuses. The weather cannot be an excuse because as Bozeman people, we know there are no bad days in Bozeman, only bad clothing. So you're wearing your ski gear to the game anyway, so you're warm enough to be there.
Yes.
We need everybody there.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be great. And look, just look how many people showed up for
Absolutely.
For this.
We are so proud of you because it's really cold out.
Not going to lie. I left the house today, and it was one of those ones that kind of punched me in the face.
It's a little colder than normal.
Yeah, that one got us. My wife, Nicola, though, she's got her heater jacket now, so she wears the heater jacket underneath the down jacket.
That's smart.
Yes,
Yeah.
smart clothing.
Well, I felt like I was smart walking in and seeing all the cross-country runners getting ready to run. And I looked at Lyle. I'm like, this is why I'm in an indoor sport.
Yeah. Yeah. They try to be an indoor sport at times.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. And track and field had a great weekend this last
Great week.
Yes, Shelby Schwing.
Shelby crushed it.
Yes,
yeah.
she was on the show this last year. She's from Missoula, set some program records, and she was dominant. So very cool to see that.
Yeah, great weekend.
All right. Well, also a great weekend for you guys. I mean, the number that really has stood out, so I said it already once, but it bears repeating. You won by a margin of victory, 68 points in 2 games. That's an obscene number, Coach.
They had a great week.
Yes, they did.
we had a few timeouts to improve some of that week, but I think the most incredible stat was the Portland State game. We finished on a 24-0 run.
Yep.
And we got everybody in. We were playing in the half court. I was talking to some of our boosters over here. I'm like, we pulled off, and we were playing the half court, and they still kept stealing the ball, and I didn't know what else to do. I mean, like our kids are just wired to defend and play hard, and really proud of the weekend. We just got great contributions across the board, as Marah addressed. The depth of this team and the talent of this team has been really fun to watch how they celebrate each other.
Yeah. I've heard some people bring up to me your 2019-2020 team that went 19-1 in Big Sky play. Obviously, there's a lot of chapters to write still with this team, but I don't know. Just compare those two teams. Different teams, different styles, different things. But I don't know. How would you compare and contrast this team and that team?
Yeah, that was a really special team that got cut short. And so we didn't know what that team was capable of doing. We really felt like if we were able to have a chance at that championship game and see what kind of a seed we could have got, that team we felt like had a chance to win in the postseason. We feel the same with this team, with a lot to be still done. Right. We still have 8 conference games. We still have the Big Sky tournament. I think the similarities are a lot of experience, that you can put the game on certain kids' shoulders. A lot of veterans on this team, but and that team also had some youth that really was impactful. This team just has more depth, and this team is very different defensively. You know, what we're doing right now on the defensive end at the national scale, there's no team like that in Bobcat history. And I joked with Fast Break yesterday, so if any of our former players on that team are listening, please don't listen right now. There is no more fun. This is the most fun Bobcat team I think ever to watch. So for fans listening, if you have not had a chance to see this team is so fun to watch how they play the game of basketball, and not only on the defensive end but offensively, how selfless they are, and how they just don't lose a beat. And excited to see how we finish this journey together. But it's been a lot of fun, as Marah addressed. The only thing I'm disappointed at is there's no celebrations like Logie and Jed over there. I'm like, where's my hug when we're celebrating? Come on, Marah. Like, what am I not doing as your coach here? So we're having a lot of fun with this group, and we still have not scratched the surface of what we're capable of doing, but we are taking steps, and that part's been a blast.
Yeah. Speaking of those steps, what are the things you're working on? Where are you focused at? How do you get to that ceiling?
Yeah, I think the rebounding is a big one. We've been circling that for quite some time, of just making some strides on finish and play as well, because we definitely are creating some earlier shot attempts from some teams. We still have some of those defensive breakdowns on the communication standpoint. Offensively, we're in a journey in that regard, that we haven't had great starts at times, and it goes in and out. We had better starts. I wouldn't say our first quarter against Sac State. That was a very single-digit score for both teams. So that part is still a little bit to be more fluid at times. But we did put pretty good quarters together this last week on the offensive end.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that offense, too, because, before the Portland State game, it had been about 3 games since you had reached the 70 points, the 70-point mark. So you do feel like just a little more rhythm, a little more flow, and just getting off to a little bit of a hotter start.
Yeah, rhythm. Sometimes we could play a little bit too fast for the fast that we're creating, if that makes any sense. Like, we are so disruptive at times where we'll get a steal and then we'll turn it right back over versus getting a steal and checking, and maybe we have somebody sprinting the floor with great spacing, just kind of simplifying some of our offensive decisions off of the extra possessions we're creating. We're not taking full advantage of all those opportunities, and so that's an area we do spend quite a bit of time on. But now your challenge is you're trying to shorten practices a little bit. You're trying to pay attention to that. You're in February. You want to keep them sharp and fresh, but you also want to cut down on some of that drill work that is a little bit of a grind. So there is somewhat of a balance on that.
Yeah, you still seeing the just a lot of the energy, a lot of that extra edge, having that depth right now. I mean, I feel like it can show in the third and fourth quarter, but sometimes it shows in the third and fourth quarter of the season when you're at this point.
Yeah, there's been some games where we've seen it even in the second, where our kids have just done a great job of getting after it. But the third, is Marah addressed, is usually where you start to see that play to our strengths a little bit. We're fortunate that we have 5 of our last 8 at home here too, so we have gone through a pretty good grind on the road with that stretch. So we want to take advantage of that right now with our depth, and also being our home floor and having a great crowd behind us.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. By a round of applause, how many people who are here tonight are going to be at that game on Thursday? Go ahead. Yep. Okay. We're holding it to that. That's a legally binding contract, so we'll be checking names at the doors. But no, I'm excited. This is going to be fun, and we'll be following along for sure out in Flagstaff. But and also to keep some of the energy up, do you reward the team with some caffeine, like if they play right?
I might have said that. Yeah, our team loves coffee, and we feed them better. We still feed them, but sometimes we have some boosters that really take care of them. And when we get sweeps, we get a really nice meal, extra meal throughout the week, and sometimes there's Dutch. I found out it was Dutch Bros, not Dutch Brothers.
Yeah.
Dutch Bros or
Okay.
Starbucks. But we also found out that Taylor Cherrick does not need any caffeine because she would not sleep on the 7 a.m. flight. She's like, I don't know why I'm so wired. I'm so awake. I'm like, this is you with caffeine. I don't think you need it. I think you're good.
Yeah.
You're good how you are without it. But we like to reward champion behavior, winning behavior. When we take charges, there's always some kind of coffee at the end of that. The defense usually gets the most rewards, but obviously they're producing, and we're just focusing on that next game on our schedule.
I love it. Just keeping it rolling. Want to follow up to same thing I asked Marah just about the crowd at Portland State. Obviously, Addison Harris was telling us about that. So she delivered with a lot of friends and family.
Well, it's hilarious because her two brothers were sitting in the front row right across from us, and then obviously the rest of the crowd, most of the Bobcats were sitting behind us, but we did have a great crowd. Addie's high school team was there. Marah said she had family. Esme had family. Dylan's family. Jameson, who's coming here next year, her sister was there as well. So there's just a lot of family there to support, and I thought the kids just did a great job at just locking in on this is a business trip. And we talked about, we prepared, I'm like, treat this as a Big Sky tournament game. A lot of people here to support you. You want to play really well for all these people in the stands. We just want to lock into this game plan and play for the people in this room. And what do we need to do to get that done? They did a great job of that.
Yeah, you got it done with a 40-plus point win in that ball game. Quick look ahead, presented by Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. All right, Northern Arizona won down there 87-81 earlier this year, but tell us about some of the keys to success you need for this game on Thursday night.
Well, it starts with transition. We had a really tough start. They jumped on us early. I think we had a double-digit deficit after the first quarter. We had to chip away, get ourselves back in. Would love to have a better start, even on the defensive end, because this team is very, very dynamic when they get a rebound and they go. Their post rim run hard. Their point guard's really good at getting to the rim. They have three-point shooters. We're just going to make sure they earn every single point they get, and we're going to make sure we have the fresh legs consistently out there to do it. And on the offensive end, we want to run because we do feel like we have some depth. So our posts are going to need to run hard. Our guards are going to have to run hard. But we want to just keep a simple game plan. I think the fans are going to have a really fun game to watch. It's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of possessions in this game, right?
A lot of possessions. Both teams love to run. They are very well coached. Lori's done a great job with them. Their offense is really, really fun. I think it's a little bit of a tale of two ends. Like we are definitely known for our defense. I think we're 5th in the nation right now in turnover margin, if I'm correct on that. So we have to take care of the ball. We got to cause some mistakes there. We got to get some extra possessions in that regard because we definitely shot the ball well there. I don't want to have to rely on just out shooting them. It's not usually a good recipe against Northern Arizona. We're going to have to do a great job getting stops.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Northern Arizona, the number 1 offense in the Big Sky. Montana State, the number 1 defense in the Big Sky. An unstoppable force, an unmovable object. Meeting at the Brick. Coach, looking forward to this thing on Thursday.
Great. We are too.
All right, this has been a great show. Thank you to everybody who has come out today. Don't forget, so the women are going at 7 o'clock on Thursday, then 2 o'clock on Saturday against Northern Colorado, and for the men, we've got 6 o'clock on Thursday and 6 o'clock on Saturday. Also, 2 weeks from now, leading into that Cat Grizz game, we will have the MSU dance team here. Yes, we will have the dance team here, so that'll be a fun little surprise and fun extra thing that we've got for that. All right, thank you to our producer, Trevor Nominuk, back in the studios today. Thanks to Coach Binford and Coach Logie for joining us, as well as Jed Miller and Marah Dykstra. Yes, thank you. So we'll be back again next week for the next episode of Cat Chat here at Montana's Ribbon Chop House. We'll talk to you guys next week. All right. And also, still listening on the radio, so we've got our Bobcat Insider Television show coming out on Wednesday night, and we've got our Bobcat Insider podcast, which is out already. So that's some more content if you want to tune in to that as we continue on through here this season. So going to be a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody who joined the show. Thanks to everybody who came out to Cat Chat. We're here each and every Tuesday night until the first Tuesday of March, leading into the Big Sky tournament down in Boise. So that'll wrap it up. This is Keaton Gillogly saying so long. We'll talk again next week. Until next time, go Cats. This has been Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.